Good evening, Ida B. Wells families and friends. My name is Elisa Shore, and I'm the Area Senior Director of the Comprehensive High Schools, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the graduation of the Ida B. Wells class of 2022. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Principal Dr. Philippe Haristic, Deputy Superintendent Dr. Cheryl Proctor, Dr. Renard Adams, Chief of Research Assessment and Accountability, School Board Member Andrew Scott, Vice Principals Jill Altman, Aisha Koning, and Dr. Sara Gandaria, as well as School Business Manager Erica Caldwell, and Staff Speaker Joe Minato. And now, please welcome the Ida B. Wells faculty and staff leading in the class of 2022. And now, please welcome the class of 2022.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of the class of 2022, I would like to welcome family, friends, and faculty to our commencement ceremony. My name is Abdul Qadir Taiba, but to many I'm known as Abdul. I'm part of the Ida B. Wells graduating class of 2022. I was a two-sport athlete. Thank you. I was a two-sport athlete who participated in football and wrestling, and I'm gonna be attending Portland State University in the fall. Thank you. Nothing excites me more than seeing my family here today to support me as I take this big step towards my future. It is with great honor that we recognize our platform guest this evening, Portland Public Schools Deputy Superintendent Dr. Cheryl Proctor, Chief of Research, Assessment and Accountability, Dr. Renard Adams, and also joining us is Portland Public Schools School Board Vice Chair Andrew Scott. Thank you for joining us this evening. Now let's recognize the two groups that have already performed for you this evening. Entrance music this evening was played by our very own Ida B. Wells Chamber Orchestra. Their pieces included Concerto for Four Violins No. 2 by G.P. Telemann, and Entrance of the Queen of Sheba by G.F. Handel, and Sword Dance by Peter Warlock. The second group is the combination of our concert and symphonic bands. They played Pomp and Circumstance by Edward Elgin and Anvil to Crown by Basil Polydrius. They will play The Mandalorian by Ludwig Göransson during our recession as well. We are now pleased to introduce the Ida B. Wells Singers Vocal Ensemble. They will be singing Oceans and Stars by Amy Bernon. This will be followed by Omnia Soul by Z. Randall Stroop.
Good afternoon. Buenas tardes. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Dobar dan. Families, friends, district officials, and esteemed guests, welcome. We're so glad you're here. My name is Filip Hristic. I'm the proud principal of Ida B. Wells High School. I heard a few, yeah. Thank you. Before I start, I want to acknowledge an incredible group of hardworking individuals whose love and dedication enabled us to overcome countless challenges over the last couple of years. Ida B. Wells High School staff, please stand, and let's please give these folks a big round of applause. Every graduating class is remarkable in their own way, but every now and then we get to celebrate a class that will leave an indelible legacy on our school community. Class of 2022, over the last 4 years, you've tackled countless AP exams, you've earned hundreds of college credits, and you've completed multiple college and career pathways. You've made beautiful art and have performed in musical and theatrical productions. You've broken school records and have competed for city and state titles. You've stood up against racism, anti-Semitism, and Islamophobia. You've advocated for more education and more action against sexual violence. And it was your class, of course, that led the historic process of changing our school name. I will remember the class of 2022 as the class that shaped the future of our school for generations to come. I think our namesake would be proud of all of you today. She'd be pleased to look at this program and see all the academic accolades that so many of you are receiving. Ida B. Wells had a thirst for knowledge, she loved the arts, and she believed strongly in the power of education. She'd be pleased to know that this year's seniors have been awarded over $3.5 million in scholarships and will be represented at 72 different universities and colleges. She was humble, but she was also proud, and I think that she would be proud to know that members of this class have been accepted to Harvard and Yale and Princeton and other prestigious universities, including Howard University, a historically black college, much like the one she attended herself. Ida B. Wells was an entrepreneur and a business owner too. At a time when women still did not have the right to vote, she was one of the first black women in the country to own her newspaper and a printing press. I think that she'd commend those of you who are pursuing trades and are starting careers or enlisting with national service organizations. And like all of you, class of 2022, Ida B. Wells was a teenager when a pandemic swept through this country. And it was during this time that she became a guardian. She didn't change her school mascot, of course. Instead, at the age of 14, when her parents died of yellow fever, Ida B. Wells became an actual guardian of her 4 younger siblings. Several years later, it was the brutal lynching of her best friend that propelled her to live the rest of her life as a guardian of truth, justice, and decency. Few of us will face the kinds of hardships that our namesake faced, but all of us can embrace her spirit of fearlessness and her commitment to social good. Now that all of you are graduating as Ida B. Wells guardians, I hope that no matter where you go next, you remember the one whose name we carry. You will find a part of Ida B. Wells' legacy inscribed on our school seal, on our program, lifting as we climb. This was the motto of an organization that Ida B. Wells helped create more than 100 years ago, and these words are as relevant today as they were in 1896. Class of 2022, I urge you to keep striving, keep aiming high, and as you continue to climb, be sure to lift each other and those around you. We love you, we respect you, and we're so proud of you. Congratulations, Class of 2022. Our next speaker was elected by the student body to represent them for the 21-22 school year. Millie Polzin came into the role as ASB president, ready to be the voice for all students at Ida B. Wells, ensuring that students had the opportunity to go to school in a safe, welcoming, and enjoyable environment. As ASB president, Millie made it her goal to bring back activities that were the norm before the pandemic that students most missed. Her tenacity and drive are indicative of the success awaiting her. Please join me in welcoming Millie.
Thank you, Principal Hustich. First, I would like to congratulate my fellow class of 2022 on the accomplishment of graduating high school. I would also like to thank the Ida B. Wells administrators and students for trusting me with being the privilege of your student body president. I am truly honored to be speaking to you on this important day. While I have your attention, I want to take a personal moment to appreciate all of the connections, old and new, that I have made this year. These connections and relationships have helped me get to where I am today and are going to stay with me for the rest of my life. Whether we like it or not, our lives are forever altered by these past 4 years. Standing here before you, I would have loved to rehash and remember all of our memories that our class experienced together. Unfortunately, I only have a few to choose from. Now that we have slowly but surely overcome and adapted to a new way of living and learning, we have learned that life isn't going to be smooth sailing. Already this year, many students in this room have had to face challenges on our rights, our bodies, and our voices. With all of the uncertainty of what we've been through, we have had the opportunity to work with each other through truly global catastrophic situations and have come out the other end victorious. We are victorious because we are here, joined by our families and our friends and our mentors, celebrating our graduation from high school. Having to accommodate the question of what our school would produce educationally, we have come out the other end successful in our efforts through hardship. This is a truly momentous occasion that deserves to be celebrated. One of my favorite books that I read this year that helped me through the new stage of all of our lives was When Things Fall Apart by Pema Chodron. She wrote, "To be fully alive, fully human, fully awake, is to be continually thrown out of the nest." As we have all experienced, she is right. Life gets in the way, and the nest crumbles with it. The difference is, now we know that we can persevere through anything, and especially when we work together, we can make our dreams a reality. I would like to give my final congratulations to my fellow classmates. Our future awaits us. Let us continue to fight for our rights, our bodies, and our voices. Thank you.
Okay. It is now my pleasure to introduce our first speaker, Anisa Ali. Anisa's achievements during her time at Ida B. Wells reflect her hard work scholastically and within her community. Anisa has been a BSU council member for 3 years and became president of MSA this year. She is a proud, no place for hate, peer facultator, advocating for the recognition of religious holidays in school. Anisa is known to her peers as one of the most kind-hearted, hard-working, and humble individuals at Ida B. Wells. She is a first-generation college student attending Oregon State University next year. Please join me in welcoming Anisa Ali.
This is for my class of 2022. Yo, remember freshman orientation? The overly excited leadership kids guiding us with dedication, as if their beaming smiles and lending hand would take us straight to the finish line. Our worries reside, hope ignites, we did survive. Our high school experience was one of a kind, unprecedented times and confined to our home with nothing but our minds. That place of sensation, perception, motivation, and everything in between, sick of the routine. It felt like a never-ending nightmare for us and people everywhere. We went into it as plain blank canvases. Now each inch needs to be put under microscope lenses. Every day we ponder over how we would have been so different, immature, innocent, ignorant. Character development for some, redemption arc for others. At the end of the day, we all found our true colors, or at least we're somewhere there. In the darkness of the tunnel, we lit up a flare. Our hearts burn with newfound passions of hope, justice, change, enough with the delusions. Even though we all occupied the same building, bumping into one another every passing period, we all forged our own paths, our own bridges, our own stories. I can't stand here and talk about memories only a few of us would remember. I wonder what binds us together. Is it just our mere existence or something greater? I see the teary-eyed smiles of joyful parents. I see our teachers standing by, cheering, proud of our achievements. I see the long-lasting hugs of cherished friends, promising that this isn't the end. I realize as I reflect on the past 4 years, it wasn't about some epic high school experience or time capsule souvenirs, but the connections we made with each other that bound us together. The activists that inspired us to do more, the kind souls that spread their compassion even to closed doors, the artists that made us go wow, the musicians that carried every student section crowd, the scientists that sparked our curiosity, the fashionistas that strutted the hallways flawlessly. And we can't forget our dear friends who supported us, loved us, and made it bearable on those tough days. In the decades to come, it won't be grades and GPA that we tell as memorable stories, but the class clown's silly jokes and the history nerds' loco theories that something must be a hoax. I'm pretty sure our lasting connections will outlive that D in calculus. I hope that each and every one of you grows healthy and flourishes immensely, whether that is on one foot at a mountain peak or inventing a new surgery technique. No matter where life takes you, know that it isn't about competing with others, but fulfilling our long-dreamt dreams. No matter what you do, I hope that you succeed. I guess it's the time to say, we made it. Quite bittersweet to leave all we've known for these past 12 years, but I don't know, our futures seem kind of propitious.
Thank you. Okay, sorry. I am honored to introduce our next speaker. She's widely known for her activism and leadership for POC organizations. She has been the president of BSU for 3 years, a lead organizer for Fridays for Freedom, and a No Place for Hate facultator. All while maintaining a 4.0 for all 4 years. Her hard work and incredible achievements have been recognized not only by her peers and educators, but by universities as well. She will be attending Yale University next fall, studying global affairs and computer science. Those lucky enough to have been around her know she is destined for great things. And I think I speak for everyone when we say we can't wait to see how she changes the world. Without further ado, Aslan Newson.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous, but we will persevere. Sorry, can I tilt this down? I'm shorter than normal, I usually wear platforms. Okay, I have a speech in front of me that I am very proud of, but it doesn't feel like the right speech to be giving right now. So sorry, admin. I have a different speech. Okay. Roberta A. Drury, Margus D. Morrison, Andre McNeil, Aaron Salter, Geraldine Talley, Celestine Cheney, Hayward Patterson, Catherine Massey, Pearl Young, Ruth Whitfield. Do you recognize their names? Can you picture their faces? They represent the 10 black men and women murdered in Buffalo on May 14th. Have you forgotten? Have you been able to continue existing without thinking about them? Because I haven't. I see them in my black friends. I see them when I look at myself in the mirror and when I close my eyes. What do you see when you look at me? Many of you probably know me as one of our school's activists. I received many awards last Thursday for my work. I was celebrated for my activism. People cheered. But I never really wanted the title activist. What people, especially white people, see as dedication towards making a more just society, I see as the only thing I can do for black people to stop dying simply while being black. And I don't believe that's something worth cheering for. It's actually just really sad. So I ask again, what do you see when you look at me? Do you see the 16-year-old girl fighting for her black community to matter on the front lines of the summer 2020 protests? Do you see that same girl sitting in her classes having to debate her white peers on why statues celebrating slave owners should be removed? Do you see an older sister who prays that her brother sitting right there will return safely each day as he leaves for school because his black body was branded with the target the moment he was born? Do you see the human with goals and dreams? Take the activist off of my name and do something to keep my people alive. If you are not uprooting your lives to dismantle the very systems and institutions that your white privilege continues to foster and uphold, then quite simply, you are failing me. You are failing my POC peers and community, and you failed the 10 innocent black men and women in Buffalo. You robbed them of their dreams and their futures. And do not separate yourself from the killings. They are not isolated incidents. Because what may have separated you and the killer geographically cannot be said for your similar proximity to the weapon they used as justification, their whiteness. We must remember those who have been taken from us at the hands of hate and systemic racism. Their lives have more than a 72-hour shelf life on the news. Yet we must also celebrate those still with us. To the students of color graduating beside me today, especially my black peers, I'm so sorry for what it took, for what you had to endure to walk across this stage today. I see you, I hear you, I am with you, and I am proud of you. And for as long as I live, I will continue to fight for us. My name is Aslan Newson. Look at me. I'm not an activist. I am a proud, queer, Afro-Indigenous woman. I am human, my life matters, and I'm still breathing. Thank you.
Let's give it up one more time for Aslan Newson. That was beautiful. Throughout Mr. Minado's years teaching at Ida B. Wells, he has created an accepting and genuine environment for his students. His commitment not only to teaching, but also to make connections with his students has made him a widely appreciated teacher. His top priority is not grades or assignments, but rather his students. Mr. Minato has consistently made efforts to go above and beyond to make his classroom a safe space for all of his students before, during, and after school. His passion for learning and education has made a lasting impact on all of his students and will continue to stake his place in our community as an impactful and powerful leader. Please join me in a warm welcome to a very special teacher, Mr. Minato.
Aslan, that was a brilliant and beautiful speech, and an important speech, and a hard speech to follow, but I'm going to. And I hope you will all appreciate that my humorous take on life and physics will not distract you from the much more important words that Aslan had to say. But here we go. Hey, graduating seniors, you're way over there. It's like distance learning all over again. I'm gonna have a flashback. Hey, seniors, would you do me a favor? Just for a minute, would you unmute yourselves and turn on your camera just so I know you're there? Are you there? Oh, I hoped I'd never have to say that again. Please unmute, turn on your camera. And I think, I can't see that far, I'm an old man, but are there some professional educators over there? I've never been more proud to be part of a group than those professional educators over there. Thank you for having me in your elite and brilliant and dedicated cadre. I'd like to introduce you, though, to a really good friend of mine. Friend I've had for 50 years. Captain Weeble. Weebles were a toy from the 1970s. Does anyone remember them? Yeah, Weebles. Remember the advertising motto? Weebles wobble, but we don't fall down. Hey, I'm a science teacher. We need to put that to the test. All right, Weeble. Here we go, a little science experiment. Can you see that? Is it showing up? Oh, there we go. Oh, I love modern technology. Sometimes. Weeble wobbled, but he didn't fall down. What? Oh, Weeble. They're not convinced. It's as if they've taken science classes and they want multiple independent variable trials and repeated data taking. They want me to do it harder. Weeble says he's up for it. Okay. He did it! What? What? Spin him on his head? These students know Captain Weeble well. He's a regular in my classroom, my emotional support. I'll spin him on his head. Oh, that wasn't so good. Sometimes you gotta try again. Oh, it's slippery. Let's try one more time. Oh, there we go! Weeble is spinning on his head! Go, Weeble, go! I love this. Thank you, Weeble! Well, Weeble wobbled. And you know what? He did fall down. But did he stay down? No, I would change that advertising jingle a little bit. Weebles wobble and they fall down, but they don't stay down. I would say hypothesis verified. So why is this? What is Captain Weeble's secret? It's because he's balanced and he's stable. Now, I know it's hard for you to see Captain Weeble, so I've got another old childhood friend of mine, Bopper. Bopper, it's been a long time! Oh, sorry. There we go. You're later. All right. Bopper! Can you see Bopper? Camera, can you see Bopper over here? Did anybody have one of these as a kid? Oh man, my mother would not have survived without Captain Weeble and Bopper. Joey, why don't you go hit your Bopper a little bit, get out some energy. Bopper does not fall down. And why not? Same as Captain Weeble, balanced and stable. Speaking of well-balanced and stable, I'd like to introduce my assistant, Erica Caldwell. There are an army of people at Ida B. Wells beyond our incredible faculty, people who are mostly behind the scenes, security guards, monitors, business managers, secretaries, administrative assistants. Without these people represented here, but not limited to one of the most well-balanced and stable people I've ever met, I would like to applaud all the folks who support the teachers and the students. Thank you. So let's talk just a little physics. Balanced means Captain Weeble and Bopper hold their equilibrium position without disturbance. Stable means they come back to equilibrium after a disturbance. There was another 4 minutes with diagrams. However, I do have a wife, and she is a professional editor, and you should be very thankful for that. Now, most of us, certainly I have to say for me, I've had an incredibly privileged, balanced life. I've had good health, a wonderful childhood, family and friends who love me. Been pretty darn easy. I know it's been a lot harder for other people, but most of the students that I know at Ida B. Wells are pretty balanced most of the time. But stability is trickier. Stability takes years of practice and maturity and trying and failing to develop. Consider a walking stick. I love to walk, and I'm getting to be that age where I use a walking stick. And I used to love this little toy as a kid as well. Anybody ever play this game? I love it. It's balanced. It's well balanced. But eventually, it gets perturbed from equilibrium, and the forces that result from gravity cause the perturbation to be greater. Yes, there is some physics in this talk. I promised the science team there'd be some science, okay? And when that perturbation gets reinforced, it gets reinforced more, it's out of control, it's unstable. It doesn't matter how well balanced you are, if you're fundamentally unstable, you're gonna crash and you're not gonna get back up. But don't write off old walking stick yet. Turn walking stick upside down, or maybe right side up, and what do you have? What do you got there? What was it? You've got a pendulum. It's the same walking stick, but now it's incredibly stable. I can whack it all I want, and without any effort, it returns to equilibrium. Oh, maybe a goal in life is to not just be balanced, but stable. And not trip over the what? what do you need? I mean, what do you need? I mean, what do you need to be balanced and stable? It comes from within. It's about your attitude and spirit, your belief in your potential to survive, your understanding that this too shall pass. Like when you fail a test. Oh, Bopper failed a test, but he bounced back. Or when you have a really big fight with your best friend or your parent. Oh, you're good. Yeah, or maybe catastrophic wildfires and climate change sweep the land. Wow, but Bopper, being stable, bounced back. And now what if there was a global pandemic? Global pandemic! Now, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying that balance and stability are a goal in life, because bad stuff's gonna happen. Will you bounce back from the bad stuff? From the blows life will send you? Or will you complain, blame others, and give up? Will you roll with the hard times and move on? Will you adapt and grow? Will you work to help others be more balanced and stable? Class? Will you work to help others be more balanced and stable? I know these kids, they mean it. A better world of more balance and stability is coming because of the class of 22, this class of 22, and I say the class of the 22 around the world. Because the pandemic didn't break them, it made them stronger. It made me a heck of a lot weaker. But them stronger. And through their strength, I find my own strength, but I am using a walking stick a lot. Now, the formula, students, for balance and stability will be different for each one of you. And it'll be different for each one of you at different stages of your life. The goal is not to stand straight and still. You will wobble, oftentimes slowly and gracefully. Other times, more chaotic, more like a mosh pit. This ain't no party. This ain't no disco. This ain't no fool. Sometimes you will fall. But if you're stable and you get by with a little help from your friends, you'll find your balance and you'll find your stability. This is your assignment, your final homework assignment, class. Actual results may vary. You can and should keep working on this assignment forever. There is no due date, and guess what? I've been waiting to say this for 38 years of teaching. There is no grading. Hey. One last thing to say to you, class. Wobble on, Wells Weebles! Wobble on!
Thank you, Mr. Minato. Okay. We look forward to now hearing from our school board and from our superintendent, Guadalupe Guerrero, as they congratulate the class of 2022. Thank you.
I think what's special about this class is their ability to persevere. Their experience has been absolutely disrupted and anything but normal. We can learn resilience from this class.
I think they've taught us a lot about caring and gratitude. Also, on a way more practical level, I think they've taught a lot of adults about the digital world.
And I think no matter what the path that any of the students from the class of 2022 takes, they are going to contribute to the world with this sense of justice, with this sense of curiosity, with this sense of leadership.
These graduates have taught us that if we begin to think differently and think creatively and to move away from the norm, move away from the status quo, that there are options out there that we haven't even begun to tap into.
Our graduates have been on the front line, whether it's climate change, climate justice, racial equity and social justice.
We have students engaging in sustainability efforts and climate change efforts. We've seen students protest the expansion of the freeway, gaining climate literacy, impressively interrupting.
I listen and I'm hearing what they're saying because they're not to be ignored.
Just so much activism around this area.
Sharing their perspectives with us.
Making the demands of the adults and of the power structures that they need to see for our planet.
This is just a sample of how strong you really are.
You know, I think that they have an awareness, a world awareness that no generation has had.
This year, I think the most unique thing has been coming into a school where over half of the students haven't experienced a full year of high school. So being able to reshape our traditions, share our old traditions with that freshman, sophomore, even junior classes.
Sort of remaking the high school experience, transitioning some of the traditions that have happened so that younger students can experience them in a new way.
I think has been a really unique experience. I think it's also been an opportunity for our class to really rebuild that culture and school spirit.
I think just looking at the class of 2022 and the ways that they have navigated online learning, hybrid learning, and coming back to school, definitely models of how they're going to continue to be leaders going forward.
I think what they've taught us is that we really need our people. We really need our community. We need our time with our friends, that in-person instruction with our teachers who are our trusted mentors and who help us see things in a different way.
I hope our graduates dream big, follow their passions.
I want graduates to know that they can design the life that they envision for themselves.
And as you do that, I want you to be kind. I want you to be kind to those around you and those in your community. I think also reach out to those who may not be in your community to understand them and get to know them.
You guys came through the fire, and the thing about coming through the fire is that there is a precious gem. That's awesome.
Congratulations for getting here, and you're such an inspiration to me and everyone else.
My advice to the graduates is to go out there and go get them.
Find your joy. Find what it is that speaks to your heart, that lets your talents flourish, that is your own particular path, and don't let anyone deter you.
My focus to you is push past all the noise always. That's what you've done to get you here. That's what you'll need to do to get you through tomorrow. And if you continue to believe in yourself the way that you did to get you here, there's nothing that you can't do.
Congratulations. What you guys have done is no small feat at all.
Thank you for having heart and sticking with it. We're proud of you as a school community.
And your charge now is to go out and make it better.
大家祝你们好. Everyone, I wish you all the best of luck.
Congratulations, class of 2022. My name is Guadalupe Guerrero, and as superintendent of the Portland Public Schools, it is my absolute privilege and honor to recognize this important milestone in your educational journey. I am proud of you. I'm proud of all the obstacles you've overcome, and I'm proud of the perseverance you have demonstrated in the face of adversity. And I recognize that your educational journey has likely involved unconditional support from parents, guardians, and extended family members. I also want to acknowledge all the teachers, coaches, and mentors who have provided you with support and cheered you on. To all of these people who have championed your success, I also say thank you. I'm confident that this network of support will continue to be in your corner as you take on your next challenge and embark on your next chapter. We look forward to hearing of all your continued accomplishments. At PPS, we've defined a graduate portrait, which outlines the skills that we hope each one of you will now possess as a result of your time with us. You are ready to lead efforts to create a more socially just world. Class of 2022, congratulations. My hat's off to you.
Ben Terich. Zain Al Saud. Abdul Kadir Teba. Nicholas Yin. Lars Teichard. Grant Robb. Abdurabi Abdi. Jordan Magana. MacArthur Montgomery. Anisa Ali. Julia Wiernick. Ellie Helsel. Haley Wilkes. Annika Peterson. Lauren Alexis Williams. Charlotte Richmond. Eliza DiGiulio. Daphne Reed. Angela Simon. Jacob Goebel. Asher Clark. Benjamin Goebel. Boston Clark. Cannon Schmid. Samuel Evans. Gavin Fraunfelter. Awais Mohammed. Ariel Pakula. Estefania Barrios. Max Savage. Gustavin Seuss. Milo McTighe. Henry Hassenauer. Dominic Avila. Kuya Zapata.
Sophia Gaskill. Iona Elison. Colby O'Leary. Emilio DeBroom. Abraham Gonzalez Tejeda. Is that Jacob Nathaniel Long. Melan Wexler. Luke Samalinden. Nolan Poole. Micah Antic Osland. Omar Ambon. Theo Kiggins. Daniel Kim. Eldon Parker. Emil Hodridge. Moonfather Alshamari. Miles Anderson Landis. Emily Moody. Amarelli Vasquez. Emma Plock. Jala Sadiq. Adam Smith. Keaton Emmert. Lance Kampanoski. Amisha Govindan. Jade Unbanks. Audrey Carlson. Jessica Person. Amelia Rochelle. John Gormley. Riley Stevenson. Samantha Newland. Sailor Kirk. Kyrie Jeffrey. Selah Monsef, Rowan Alvey, Maylee Hawthorne, Julia Davies, Elise McDonald,
Come back.
Grace Pendergrass, Griffin Slack, Audrey Garrison, Logan Reed, Jordan Mulliken, Allison Otto Fitzsimmons, Edith McDonald, Alice Lawless, Logan Erickson, Weiwei Hutchinson, Nico Schleschler, Sean Guthrie, Courtney Van Kopp, Logan Fink, Jason Caldwell, Donovan Gardner, Cameron James Grant, Connor Allen, Jared Atkinson, Asia McCall, Dominic Wolford,
Lotta Gordon. Lorenzo Sarasoli. Jose Berzosa. Isabella De La O. Annalise Kuhn. Samantha Caldera. Nathan Forbes. Micah Sakaguchi. Mason Jensen. Lauren Follensby. Robin McAdoo. Abraham Kushner. Luck Murray. Ben Ellison. Ashling Gregory. Devin Liebold. Abud Guzman. Alexa Carbonell. Hannah Warden. Dagny Hamilton. Dimitri Frumke. Jesse Litwin. Alec Peterson. Olivia Page Shields. Jonelle Mondero. Chloe Johnson. Mila Williams. Hadley Lass. Tazio Murata. Connor Baker. Fiona Murphy. Connor Peterson. George Ramsey. Ian McLean. Finley Crabtree. Ann Kuntz. Carolyn Lowles. Caddison Sweeney. Trinity Oshlapas. Gia Prado. Aslan Newson. Molly Cogburn Frary. Senya Scott. Milko Dubé.
Asia Menyet.
Alexandra Beebe. Eli Moore. Kander Price. Hyacinth Fick. Yusuf El Sayed. Jude El Sayed. Marlene Ramirez. Liliana Miliani McLean. Nura Sala.
Anna Martin. Mandy Mesereau. William Wingington. Calvin Brown. Jake Wilson Goodwin. Kyrie Pulliam. Nico Vilches. Kamkoli Pereira. Helen Denef. Ella Jansen. Luke Castrina. Ryan Leonard. Ella Olson. Isabella Shields. Austin Bader Williams. Caden Higgins. Nicolo Nofri. Davis Dufort. Haley Underwood. Liam Luckett. Danielle Chang. Shelby Webb. Tahalia Souza. Max Feckler. Jane Warren. Sarah Woods. Amy Paulson. Zev Peterson. Grant O'Connor. Eleanor Kimball. Samuel Scarsborough. Zoe Seidner. Jack Conway. Ian Wolf. Avery Edward Fuller. Soren Jore. Jamie Chadwick. Kanani Nations. Elliot Otto Fitzsimmons. Mason Goebel. Sophia Weldon. Kelsey Schultz. Maddie Moore. Catherine Karkowski. V. Sparks. Caleb Rice Eisenbrown. Abby Kashchak.
Saida Seelig. Noemi Vayette. Isaac Jacobowitz. Fox Newey. Ava Pridmore Brown. Catherine Moore. Karsten Trachtenberg. Jane Swearingen. Anna Gibson. Olivia Prime. Kyla Smith. Jade Whitney. Signe Oliver Nutt. Natalie Harry. Henry Perrin. Ben Jordan. Carson Davis. Devlin Christensen. Matthew Iberg. Joel Jimenez. Rafe Upton. Michael William Spicer. Noah Peng. Nathan Raber. Kyan Wilder. Noah Nelson. Riley Baker. Nolan Thomas Malcolmson. Tyler Henderson. Alyssa Wright. Delaney Maudlin. Kyton Cortez. Ian Valou. Claire Catalan. Carly Norell. Beatrice Hirsch. Marin Huster. Carly Pierce. Avery Fraser. Leo Sewell. Edward Kuhnel.
Emily Steingrabe. Ryan Larson. Emmy Smith. Millie Polzen. Isabel Fitzpatrick. Elise Delamarter. Nina Lauer. Maxwell Richter. Andrew Frank. Mason Dinsmore. Mila Manley. Dawson Lindner. Emily Dalton. Darian McCoy Britton. Dustin Hunt. Miles Anderson. Anthony Majewski Nazrahi. Benjamin Scheuer. Mohan Davies Arbuckle. Jacob Berg. George Bjork. Hart. Aslan Sandoval Cifuentes. Issei Sandoval Cifuentes. Serena Best Prostrednik. Annika Baglian. Natalie Taylor. Emma Ugis. Grace Tobin. Francis Amato. Eleanor Amato. Frida Velasquez. Gabe Rolls. Treat Mossbarger. Evan Douglas. Ian Douglas. Cohen Kuhn. Jack Hawkins. Otto Lyle. Caden Hewitt.
Annika Petrovich. Kyle Starr. Duncan Larson. Jack Ward. Finlo Rogstad. Ava Hagen. Zoe Weekland. Sophia Sutherland. Savannah June Kapp. Severin Pavlik. Roland Armstrong. Leo Heffron. David White. Cameron Vandevender. Jack McIsaac. Yusur Bajali. Ari Polakar. Henry Nias. Jackson Miller. Eve Hart. Sophia Blair. Jonah Schaefer. Ruby Sylvia. Harry Watson. Kaya Kimmel. William Martini. Cameron Jennings. Lucas Erickson. Julia Bobach. Caleb Spencer. Asher Ward. Ryan Van Horn. Haley Belli. Mirabelle Limon. Megan Long. Rory Davis. Uma Freeman. Sophia Myers. Henry Weiss. Victoria Mache. Margot Nile. Alex Peterson. Dublin Leleaka Gingrich. Alicia Mache. Daphne Hotz. Grace Fitzpatrick. Spencer Lee. Colin Perry. Thomas White. Casimiro Cox. Phoenix Segura. Milo Reisenhuber. Josie Newman. Marley Corrigan. Lila Pierre Lewis. Isabella Phillips. Haley McAllister. Skylar Tunstall. Rowan Spencer. Alex Rankin. Christian Acosta. Brogan Hedger. Jonathan Quinby.
Maggie Correa. Paige Calais. Miles Ward. Anthony Manning. Daniel Kornblit. Kelly Williams. Lewis Phillip. Ava Chimienti. Go ahead, Emma. Stella Baker. Maggie Kosis. Mia Fowler. Ella Long. Andrew Martinez. Nathan Marianov. Charlie Howard. Layla Bennerman. Jose Hernandez Paredes. Alexander Rodriguez Hernandez. Yuviana Garcia Garcilaso. Samia Ahmed. Ember Summer. Kara Weathers. And Preston Bushnell.
I don't think so. Senior. Oh, man. Hey guys, you definitely want to get back. Seniors, we know that it was your hard work that got you here today, but we also know that you didn't get here by yourselves. Please stand and give a big round of applause to your families, your friends, your cousins, grandparents in the stands for their role in helping you get to this special day. Thank you. In a few minutes, we will conclude the ceremony. All students and families should exit out gates C and B toward the Providence Park sign and clock, which I think is over there. Seniors, are you ready? Seniors, are you ready? This is the moment you've all been waiting for. You may move your tassels from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to present the class of 2022. Congratulations and thank you for coming. Graduates, please start the recessional. Thank you all.
Thank you for coming to today's ceremony. Please exit the stadium immediately and meet your graduate outside on 18th Street. Thank you for coming to today's ceremony. Please exit the stadium immediately and meet your graduate outside on 18th Street.